Yes, Bar fans, welcome back to the channel. Pre-season is complete with our 1-0 win over Colchester United today in our last fixture, and the season is approaching. Next Friday, we kick off against Wycombe in the EFL Cup. Today was a game full of positives and negatives, and it kind of sums up our pre-season campaign. So here are my 5 key takeaways from our pre-season ahead of our first game in just under a week's time. Number 1, Phoenix Patterson has a huge role to play in this Boro'S side this season. Honestly, today and across the entirety of the pre-season campaign, he has been electric. He has been a live wire, and out on that left flank, he has been our outlet persistently for the whole few weeks. You can see in that 3-5-2 that Revs is giving Phoenix that freedom that he needs, just to run down that byline and create for this side, because he is that creative hub on that flank and you need to utilise his strengths. And this pre-season, we have seen that. He hasn't produced in terms of contributions, but his all-round play has been fantastic. He was cutting inside, shooting from distance, causing havoc in terms of the crosses he was putting in, which were pinpoint throughout the game. If we can get that connection from the final third to Phoenix Patterson, then we will position ourselves as a dangerous side this season. And Phoenix Patterson will be a key and integral part of our squad. Number 2, the 3-5-2 formation is proving successful already, and it's definitely the correct change for this campaign because you can just see how it benefits players. Honestly, having that back three is fantastic. It's benefited by wing backs that can get forward, but then also defenders that can come back and form that 4-back, which we've seen across the pre-season games. The 3 in midfield is definitely functional, and having that 2 up top, although we may not have the right 2 yet, it definitely benefits Jamie Reid having that partner alongside him. On the ball, I think this type of system makes us a better side. We look much slicker in transition and how we enforce our press as well. I think it's much easier for those 2 strikers to lead that press. You've got those wing backs as well. And then we can romp the midfield with those 3 and Dan Kemp pressing as well. In conclusion, the 3-5-2 is already proving to be versatile, efficient, flexible, and it's complementing the strengths in terms of the players we have. And it allows us to get numbers into the box in terms of that final third. Number 3, the defensive base is looking extremely encouraging once again. And defensively, we look so sound. 3 clean sheets from 4 games. Yes, people will focus on the goals, but defensively, we look fantastic. And losing Charlie Good was a big thing in the summer. How are we going to replace him? Well, we have. And he's only played 1 game, but Terence Van Kooten is looking himself. Calm, composed, silky, slick on the ball as well. And he gives so much. His qualities are fantastic in that system alongside those players, Luther, Pidge. It's fantastic. And it's rolling back the years. Luther looked brilliant. Pidge was fantastic as well, on the ball as well. And then Lewis Freestone dominates. And he's dominating on that side, giving Phoenix the freedom to roam on that left-hand side. So defensively, we look brilliant and we've got the depth. Saxon Early, even Dan Butler, Jack Taylor, Jasper Patterson. It's unlimited in terms of the depth and quality we have defensively. And this 3-5-2 looks to be complementing that really well. We look efficient, we look organised, and we look like we are on it and ready for the campaign. But number 4, the clearest issue is, of course, the open play goal, which we have not scored in the entirety of pre-season in our 4 matches. 0-0 against FC Andorra, 5-0 loss to West Ham, then that 1-0 win against Millwall and the 1-0 win against Colchester today. 1 penalty and 1 own goal against Millwall. And of course, people will look at that and it is a disappointing factor because I do not think we've created enough. I think we've looked good in transition. We've got wide well. But in terms of transitioning into the final third and providing that connection between the wingers to the number 9s, yes, it hasn't been good enough. It's been poor, and that's something we need to improve on, definitely. We need to get that number 9 in, someone that's going to partner Reedy, in my opinion. I've already said that. But it's the mentality as well. It's the fact that Phoenix, Javan Malcolm even, your wingers, they look to be on the different wavelength to your Robbo's, your Reedys, your Josh McGuinness's, who seem to still lack the know-how and the intelligence to connect to the wingers. And that's what we saw today. You know, they should be doing more as strikers. They should be more busy. They should be getting involved in play, having an impact on the game even more. And that's what we were getting frustrated with, because we were struggling to create chances because of that lack of connection, that lack of intelligence to get on that cross, to respond to Phoenix, what he's doing out wide. You know, there needs to be an improvement in terms of our link-up play and just our intelligence and our know-how up top. I know it's pre-season and I know today we were against 10 men, quite controversially, but in that final third, you can see that it is still our weakness by a country mile. We lack that decision-making, we lack that cutting edge, and we kind of lack that instinct, I think. Because you saw all the crosses, if you were there at the game today, you would have seen all the crosses that Phoenix was putting in. So dangerous, just inviting one of our nines to just get on it. And even if the cross wasn't beating the first man, just put that pressure on the defender to make that mistake, force that error, like we saw for the goal against Millwall. You know, I just think the strikers need to be more involved. They need to be a bit more intelligent, because when you've got a player of Phoenix's quality on the flank, you've got to be able to get on the end of it. You've got to be able to get on the end of one of his crosses, because lots of them were pinpoint and on the money. You know, and you've got to be there, taking advantage of it. You know, that's what the players in the final third have to be doing, because until that happens, until we get that cutting edge, until we gain that connection to the wingers, you know, we're just not going to improve, and we're going to be sitting here with the same old story, and we will be looking at the campaign, regrettably, with the fact that we didn't strengthen in the final third and we didn't have those qualities of intelligence, of link up to the wingers, of cutting edge, of good decision making. You know, it's what we need to improve. Number 5, I'll end on a positive. I am getting signs that this squad and this group is another good group. And we are going into yet another season with a really good collective. And the players, the new faces, they seem to be embedding well. Lots of players have been rotated, lots of minutes in the legs. Revs has tried a lot of new things. The 3-5-2's been seen a lot in action. We've even seen it being changed to a 4-back in the last few games. We've seen Phoenix, his qualities. And this side creates momentum in different ways to how you would expect, I think. Back-to-back home wins, back-to-back clean sheets, back-to-back 1-0 wins. Yes, it's not flamboyant. Yes, it's not breaking any goal-scoring records by any means. But this is our type of momentum, and we're going into that game against Wycombe with a good collective element. You've got TVC coming back, and that raises the dressing room. You look at, yes, I know it's always the topic, and it's where we always shine, but the defence looks fantastic, looks flexible, looks efficient, looks organised, looks versatile. All of those adjectives. That defence looks fantastic. The midfield looks really good. And Dan Phillips looks to be on it. Louis Thompson looks to be having a fantastic pre-season. Terry Taylor looks to be a fantastic addition. We've got the likes of Jack Taylor, Joe Knight, who are going to contribute lots of good things, hopefully, this season. We've got lots of depth out wide in terms of the wing-backs. We've got players like Phoenix, like Jovan, like Chem Campbell when he comes back, wanting to prove things to this manager. I think we've got a good group. I think we've got a good collective. We've got our formation. We know that our system's working well. Intensity is getting there, definitely. And defensively, we're sound. Definitely. We look fantastic there. Philip Marshall's on top form. It's just that final third. And we need to learn from our mistakes in the final third from last season, because if we don't, it will come back to bite us this season. And we know it. And we need to get an addition in, definitely, to bolster it. Just to partner Reedy, in my opinion. Just to partner him. Give him that partner that's going to be busy up top. He's going to cause havoc. And he's going to benefit other players. Pre-season is complete. The season is underway on Friday. And there are my 5 takeaways. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Thanks for listening, Bar fans. Thanks for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and a follow on TikTok would be much, much appreciated. See you next week. Onwards.